Hey everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I am Bob, and we are back for another episode of Age of Wonders 3. We've got Karzan running away, but not because he's a coward, just because he's making a strategic decision. He'll come back later and kick some butt. For the time being, he's just going to go on a little vacation. He's taking a little break. So a lot of good comments this week. Going to be kind of short but sweet, I think. There's a few I want to focus on. It shouldn't take too long to get through them. I want to start with Impregnable said, build Exalteds everywhere, especially now that I have all this extra money. I do think that is a good idea. However, I've already gone through all my cities and checked to see what they are doing, and many of them are upgrading towards Grand Palaces. I think I'm going to let that continue just because I really like having more casting points, and the more I get, the easier it is going to be for me to reinforce spells and stuff. I want to be able to just, especially once I get Armageddon up, I want to be able to use that to cast other spells to hurt the Dreadnought as much as I can. So I'm going to let Grand Palaces finish, but I do have cities that aren't really doing anything else. My capital is not one of them, and this one isn't really worth upgrading. It's a very small city that I'm just using for gold income. But I could start making Orc Exalteds here, so I'm going to do that. I need to first get the necessary upgrades. I'll probably go ahead and grab the arena and get the Celestial Chamber, let those finish. And then I think I need one more Theocrat structure after that. A lot of my elf cities are still in the process of upgrading. This one, I'm content to let it continue making firstborns just because it's already in the process of making them. They're coming out now. I still think they do have a use. I think it's good to have at least one city producing them, considering all the fire damage I have to deal with. But I did notice that down here I've got 2 halfling cities not doing anything. So I'm not really too keen on the idea of using a lot of halfling units, but as far as race relations go, I think I'm doing okay with the halflings. Let's actually check in on that. It's neutral, so we're pretty cool. We had a little Chaos Rift incident there, but they're going to forget about that eventually. So we've got, we can go ahead and make the Theocrats Conclave here, and actually this city has a dungeon in it, so it can make slightly better Exalteds with the Slaughter Pit. So I'm going to go ahead and get that and Theocrat's Conclave. So in a few turns, I'll be able to start making Exalted from 3 more cities. And then as other cities finish up their Grand Palaces, I'm going to pretty much just swarm Exalted until Orange finally freaking dies. Alright, moving on, we've got from Blurry Inner Vision, Projectile Reflection, asking if I had Projectile Reflection on my Halfling. Now, this was for a specific reason. The theory is that if you have projectile reflection on a unit, remember when my halfling almost died from just like preemptive cannon fire in the last episode? If I had projectile reflection on her, the AI may be a little bit less keen to just go running in and try to just shoot everything at her. I'm thinking, and I guess we don't know this for sure, but it's a theory. It's probably just not a bad thing to have anyway. So I think I'm going to pick that up next time she levels up, if I can get it. I think that it costs 5. Yes, it does. So next time I level up, I'll go ahead and pick that up because it might be a nice little insurance policy depending on how the computer's AI works. Also from Blurry Inner Vision, suggested putting a city or a fort near the Karzan River crossing. That is something I would like to do. Probably putting a city or a fort kind of like right here, really on top of that old city, and preferably probably a fort. I think it'd be easier to get out there. That's if I can manage to get out there. I've got a builder here who's still a little ways away. I suppose I could start sending him that way, and maybe he could be escorted by some of these guys. But yeah, I think having a defense out there would be nice. I don't know how much that's going to matter by the time my builder can get out there. The tactical landscape may have changed quite a bit, but we'll see. It's something to at least do with that builder since he doesn't currently have any other job. From Sarah Feingold, suggested that since the sorcerer is probably already almost dead, might be a good time to start charging Armageddon. Now, if I remember correctly, I didn't write this down, but Sarah thinks that possibly uh, the enemy hero could actually be um, behind their lines there. I think what I could do, and I don't remember, I think I did this already. Did I already scout this out with the halfling just a bit? Everybody else's, I believe, out of movement. Yeah, I'm going to need to leave that stack the way they are. So let me see if I can. It's 12, 9. Okay, Dovah is actually not in that city, but possibly maybe somewhere on the other side of it. I don't know. She can actually go just a little further. Still nothing. All right, well, you better get back to your group. But yeah, he's should be not too far away, and I imagine he'll be dead soon. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Paid Absolution on something before the end of this turn, and then I probably will start charging Armageddon. I think now is a reasonable time to do it, since hopefully the Sorcerer will be dead within the next few turns. From Casper Eklund, suggested checking ins on front lines for new units as often as I can, and also checking for Age of Death. Let's talk about Age of Death first, and then get to the ins on front lines, which I already see one here. But let's talk about Age of Death. Now, I did check. The Necromancer does not have that up yet. He's got a different kind of annoying one, which is Power Ritual. That's a very powerful world enchantment for a fairly, I think, a relatively low cost for the amount of bang for you buck you get out of that. Also, Enemy of the Faith is kind of not good for me. So both of those I wouldn't mind seeing go, but as far as like combat against the Necromancer, he's pretty much on the edge here. I mean, I'm kind of killing him, so I'm not too worried about spending mana disjuncting those. I think I would rather use it for getting Armageddon Prime to cast. Now, on the subject of ins, that's a good idea, and I hope I don't forget to do this. I just need to pay more attention to where they are as I'm playing, really. I don't know that I really want to scan the map and specifically try to look for all of them, because there's so many structures around. The only one I'm noticing kind of close to the front line right now is this one. But I'll just try to keep an eye out for them and make a note in my head to think about checking those as I'm playing, because having a couple extra units here and there would be nice. I've got the money to pay for them, so it's kind of one of those why not things. And then finally, from both Jeff and Arch Redbeard, had a discussion in the comments with them about Naga Matriarch, specifically with their Call Lightning ability at gold rank, could be very, very powerful. And Jeff pointed out that the city here has the infrastructure to make them already. It actually already is making them. I had sort of even forgotten that I had started making them, so don't feel bad about that. I forgot too, but they are in production here. And yes, at gold rank, these guys get Call Lightning, which pairs very nicely with Thunderstorm from Lords of the Deep that already lowers enemy resistance to shock. On top of that bonus, however, let's look at that again. On top of that bonus, however, they also have Slip Away, I believe. Yeah, they have Slip Away just like Lords of the Deep do. So it's a reliable way of healing yourself, plus having healing on them already would make for some very powerful, very mobile stacks. Also, they have both wetland walking and swimming, just like Lords of the Deep do, so they can pretty much get around wherever they are. These basically, those combined with Lords of the Deep are basically Dreadnought killers. And they have fire protection on top of everything else. So yeah, definitely want to have some of these guys, or ladies, I guess, around, plus the Lords of the Deep, which I really just wish I could produce faster. I'm tempted to start hurrying production, but in the long run, that kind of hurts me, so I'm just going to let the city carry on as it has been. Maybe I can think about that a little later, but for now, I'm just going to let it keep producing at the rate that it has been. It would be nice if I had another Mer dwelling somewhere, but I don't think there is another one anywhere around here. Most likely the other one's kind of like over here somewhere. There's normally, I think, 2 usually of each dwelling type from my experience in most of my games. So, but anyway, that's all the comments for this week. So let's carry on with the unit commands and movement here. I do want this guy to get. He's still en route to go support the halfling offensive, and I think that's not going to change. It looks like the computer thinks the fastest way. Well, actually, he could make up some ground here if he grabs this. Then he can make it all the way over here. And then he could get that haste berries on the next turn. Oh, they got a little scouting party there. Honestly, that Lord of the Deep would probably be okay with against all that, especially with slip away. So if they want to try to attack him, I guess that's okay. I'll just use spells if I have to. Got those guys are done. This builder is more or less done. I don't know what else I'm going to have. I think I'm going to send him back underground and have him just tunnel for gold or something. There's probably useful places I could put towers out here. In fact, if the enemy takes this city, it might be useful to have a tower like right there. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, got these guys underground. They're going to hold. I think it's time for me to... Oh yeah, I've got armies... can start getting aggressive against the undead down here. So I would like to probably clear that Castle of Lich King. You could always get some nice items out of it or something useful to sell or even free units. So let's decide who's going to go in there. So we got 3 Orc Exalted, a little bit beat up, but they would be good against the kind of units that I would expect to find in there. Speaking of, let's go ahead and just take a peek and see what is in here. A couple Dread Reapers, Deathbringer, and a few Banshees support that attack. So these guys should be fine. They got the Spirit Protection. It's the Blight weakness that is a bit concerning. Let's take another look here. So the only unit that actually does Blight damage in this group is the Dread Reapers themselves. So I think I definitely do want both of these in there. The Knight will do decently well, at least against the Banshee, on account of the fact that it has strong will. So I don't have to worry about the Dread Reapers one-shot killing him. And the Orc Exalted should also be perfectly safe from that. The Giants, however, are not, so they do not get to come into the battle. In fact, I think it's pretty obvious the group that does need to do this. It's going to be these guys, so... probable defeat, I don't believe that. Shall not tolerate such nonsense. And I've got Smite on top of everything else, so if things get really dicey, I can always use that. Now, one problem is I don't really have good healers here. I have okay healers. So Spirit Elementals can at least patch these guys up a bit. I would prefer to put Iron Heart on 2 different types of units. So maybe this guy could get it. That way they're both getting that defense boost. And it looks like they're going to let me come to them. Now, the Banshees will probably teleport and do something annoying, so I'm going to leave this guy behind a little ways. We'll move the Exalted up on the flanks. I kind of want to keep the Dread Reapers away from the Spirit Elementals if I can, so make sure that they're out of range. Dread Reapers can't. Well, they do have Shadow Step, that's right. Maybe I should bunker up around this guy. Might be too late now, but... Well, we'll leave one here so that I can really punish that thing if it tries to come back. Yeah, if it teleports there, then this one's just gonna... Well, no, this one's gonna annihilate it. Okay, you don't wanna attack me yet, so how about I move here? Can get us a couple safe shots off on that guy. And then we're gonna pretty much surround you with Exalted and a Knight here. And then assuming they'll be aggressive and teleport in, I'll leave another one kind of back here a little bit. At an angle where he can hopefully help. Alright, they didn't bother shadow stepping because, well, it wouldn't have given him an advantage, really. Okay, you should be able to pretty well annihilate that Dread Reaper. I'm gonna use you guys, because you have that nice killing momentum. You can come here, here, hit him. You can go there and mess him up a bit. In fact, I could have war cried. We'll see. You guys shouldn't have any trouble dealing with this guy, so go ahead and war cry. Get rid of him. I want to use him to soften up the other Dread Reaper. I want these guys both out of the picture as soon as possible. He could war cry and handle this just fine. Well, except he can only hit him once. That's kind of a problem. Let's make sure I kill this thing. Oh, he didn't quite die. But he's pretty much out of movement, so I don't think there's a lot to be too worried about. And why don't you go ahead and attack him? Slower that life force a little bit. As a matter of fact, oh crap, he's already used... Has he already triggered killing momentum on this turn? Yeah, he's the one who killed that guy. He can kill one of these two, but not both of them. I forgot about that. Okay. Not sure why the computer thought this was a very likely defeat. I guess it's mostly just looking at tier of the units rather than overall matchups and quality. Alright, why don't you take a step back and kind of just annihilate this Banshee here. Alright. You should go on defense because this guy is about to explode. Off defense. And there we go. Dread Castle cleared without too much trouble. Let's see what I got. Nice promotions all around, by the way. That's always good to see. The Crystal Skull. True Sight. Fast... You know, that I wouldn't mind having that. I wouldn't mind having that on my Halfling. Possibly. It's... Karzan has a similar kind of item already, but I think the Halfling would be nice to see what she's running into. Also... that might be nice on her as well, but I'm gonna take those rewards. Send them her way. That Defender Shield is pretty nice. Maybe not quite as useful for her, but let's take a look. So she's got a crap ton of stuff in her inventory. I did give her that item for more debuffs on her range attacks. That one, I think I might... Oh, I also gave her shock projectiles too. This is giving her razor projectiles. That fire breath's an AoE stun, so I'd rather not get rid of that. There's not really anything that's also an AoE stun. I forgot about that. You know, I actually will probably get rid of that fire breath item. I find it difficult to believe that would be that useful. Fire Blunderbuss does more damage, I think. Now, fire breath does... Now, they basically do the same. Fire Blunderbuss just does... Actually, fire breath is a little more powerful. Oh, but I made that Spas 12 just for her. And I kind of want to keep that item just so that she can get very lucky on command. So, what I already sent her? Stone Dwarf Guard, that's the shield. I don't need that on her very badly. I would probably sell that, but I can't until it gets here. So I suppose I just have to look at the numbers here. Yes, I made Spas 12. But the Draconian Diet Dish is a bit more useful. Let me check and see if it has a cooldown, though. It's got a cooldown of 1. Fire Blunderbuss pulled a cooldown of 1. Yep, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to sell the Spas 12. I don't see myself ever using that over Fire Breath, which actually covers a broader area. Okay. Why can I not find my way back? Okay. So this goes to her then. I think having that extra health on her might be very worth it, considering how easy it is for her to take damage. Okay, and everybody else can follow along. We're gonna go on our merry way, crusading towards the undead. Should be able to swipe another city from them pretty soon. And now that I've got Exalted showing up over here, I might, I'm gonna have these guys probably just fly across. I'm gonna leave these couple guys here as like a general defense against like a scout or something. They're not really much of attackers anyway. But the Exalted I think I want with the attacking group. So they're pretty much gonna go straight across the lava. Scout a little bit. We can actually see what they're throwing at me, and it's coming from the north. If I need to have them fall back, I will. But for now, I'm going to leave them here. And we'll see if they react to my presence and try to move to defend their city or not. As for up here, I think I was one turn away from having all the units I need to go up there and kick some Naga butt. So we'll wait just a bit. Yes, that was, I believe, the plan. I don't know. I think this group could actually handle it. I don't know why I was waiting on that. I think these guys, as they are, could make it, and then I wouldn't have to delay more Exalted getting to the front lines, so I'm gonna say this is fine. We do have to move as a stack, though, so how do I do this? I want to stack everybody up, and then I want to build a road. But will that just move the... Will that move the whole stack, or will that move... I think if the whole stack's selected, it should move everybody. We could test it, actually, though. I've got enough money. Let's test that. Test that theory. Alright, so I'm going to tell them to build a road next to it. The whole stack will move, but they all have more than enough movement to do this, so... Yep, it just moves the builder, okay. If that's the case, then I don't really want the builder to do that. What I'm gonna do is build around the haste berries, actually. And then build the road as far as it can. And then these guys can all grab this, and then just go barreling on down. What are we up against? Nothing too scary. It should be alright. That was kind of a weird way of doing things, but I guess it's the best I could do. I will have it go ahead and continue that road, because I'm going to want to get more units out there. Or more units back from there as soon as possible. This shrine is still on its way east, and that one is going to go probably towards where Ganon and company are. And that Exalted and the others I'm producing there probably won't go underground. I think I'm just going to send them directly east as fast as possible. These guys are all on wait status. But they're going to go to help support Karzan as soon as they can. These guys are good here where they're at. And these armies are good, and that's pretty much everybody. So that brings me to the end of this turn. I'm going to go ahead and cast Paid Absolution on something, and then I think start charging Armageddon. So where should I cast this on? A relatively safe city, preferably. I think I'm going to go with Elf City down here. This seems like a good one. Okay. Now let's get Armageddon charging. Oh, crap. I forgot. There was a comment, and I'm going to have to apologize because I, for some reason, didn't write this down. But I'm currently producing these Firstborn without Embrace Darkness, so they don't have Lifesteal. Then again, it's not going to matter a lot against machines, so I guess it's not the end of the world, but I'm going to... Well, I don't have enough casting points to fix it now, so I'm just going to start casting Armageddon. But yeah, that's something I should have probably taken into account. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens next. I tend to do that with, oh, it's Brown's turn. Let's swap underground, see what these guys do. They're going to be aggressive. Okay. That's actually fine with me. I may have to... No, we'll see what my options are here. We got... Well, okay, Furyk's moving. This is most important. I want to see what he does with all this crap. Alright, so does he take the city and destroy it effectively? Okay, we're gonna speed that all up. What are you doing? Oh, my cadaver's still in there. So they wanted to all line up and get in position, you know, just to have the best tactical advantage against this guy. I was very confused. Oh man, I think it's okay to auto that one, and definitely don't cast spells. That'll be okay. And so goes the city. Alright, well it's kind of sad to see that city go. It was home for Karzan for a while, for Karzan and Farron, but all good times must come to an end. The biggest problem is now I can't see what all those units are doing, which really sucks. I can listen though. Most likely, I anticipate they will not chase Karzan. I think they will go after cities. So I actually think Karzan's army is just going to be able to camp out up here for a while. They may go Ganon's direction, and if they all go Ganon's direction, that could be a problem. I really was hoping Karzan could distract some of them. But it's just not safe to send Karzan in alone. I need advanced warning. And that would require probably Cherub Scouts, since they don't... Well, you know, I still got my Cherub Scout. Just looking at him over here. I'm gonna actually... I can use him to grab that tower. And maybe just repeatedly grab it every turn or something. And maybe that one there too. Actually, that's the one I really would like to have. Yeah. If I can get my Cherub down there and grab that tower, that would be nice. Now is probably, of course, when he's going to decide to go after the Cherub, like, hard, but we'll see how far he can move and what I can do with him. I just want to keep an eye on where all those machines are, just so I have a general sense of what's coming and from where. If they go Ganon's way, they could get there pretty quick. It would only be a couple turns. Actually kind of thinking I might want to redirect this builder to build more towers, so I have advanced warning of what might be heading my direction. Building one out there would be kind of nice, blocked in by mountains. Has good line of sight from a few different directions. In fact, yes, that's exactly what this guy's going to do. I want a tower here. That would give me an eye on one of his cities, or the borders of one of his cities, and kind of two paths through to my territory. Yeah. Well, forget. I'm not going to do the fort thing for Karzan for now. I think it would take possibly too long anyway. So for now, take the shortest path, which would be this. Alright, so nobody attacked me or anything, though, this episode. And I did just get Rugged Pioneers, so that's nice. Would have been nice to have last turn. It doesn't matter, really, which one of these I get. I guess I'll get Summon Bahi Kraken, but I'm about done with my research. Item has arrived. Okay, so she can repair machines now. She probably doesn't... Oh, wait, no, I did give that to her because she's got some... Yeah, she's got some Shrines of Smiting with her, so it's not useless. Did Dovah move back in? That would have been nice, but it doesn't look like that's the case. They're just going to put up a kind of a meager defense here. You know what? Let's go ahead and get the party started down here. I want to take this city's borders and see what I can find. And we'll leave these backup armies to deal with the leftover units that are kind of coming in. Oh, wait a second. There's Dovah. He's right there. Oh, what's your defense at, buddy? How easy would you be to disintegrate, I wonder? Well, this certainly is interesting. I wonder if I could get anyone up there. Oh, the Exalted is just one turn away. Just one move point away. Oh, if I hadn't taken those haste berries with the... Well, if I hadn't taken the haste berries, he wouldn't even be able to... Well, no, I could have arranged it differently. It looks like he's getting a little aggressive here. I don't know if I appreciate this. Honestly, though, he could handle him. I am considering just going for a mass smite disintegration approach here. I could also cast... Forget it, we're doing it. Oh wait, no. Hang on. We're not doing that. We're attacking the city first. Because here's the thing. The Lord of the Deep is not going to be able to kill all the units in this battle. So even if I kill this guy, the other units are going to kill the Lord of the Deep. Which, we can't have that. But, if I take the city first, all I have to do is kill Dovah. And, because that is their capital, yes. All I have to do is kill Dovah. And then I win. Then he's out of the game. So let's try to knock Dovah out here. Let's do it. We've got these, which I think give a happiness bonus. No, ignore negative morale penalties. Well, you know what? It doesn't really hurt to grab them, I guess. So let's do that. Halfling's army can go here. I don't want you curving around it like that, moron. Okay, and everybody should have just enough movement to get into that city on the next turn. So let's take out the Draconian capital. Now, I'm gonna want Chaos Rift up. And I want to save as many casting points as possible, so the sorcerer needs to be doing as much damage as possible. Or as much spell casting as possible. But I'm wondering if Chaos Rift is the way to go here. The sorcerer does have other spells. It probably still is when combined with Thunderstorm. So it's probably what I'm still going to do, but I want to check her other spells and see. She does have, well actually she's got enough to cast Starblades on a couple things and still do Chaos Rift. Is this a until end of battle spell? Yes it is, okay. I could give Starblades to a couple people. Probably want to give that to the Flyers, I think. Well, the Exalted? No, he's going to actually protect her. I still want to absorb pain on her, just in case of emergencies. The problem with the rest of this army is they're all ground units, so getting over those walls with all the range units shooting at them is going to be a pain. I think we've just still got to rely on Chaos Rift here to soften them up a bit. Hopefully Dovah isn't able to dispel it right away. In the meantime, I'll start trying to punch holes in the wall with the giants and see what I can do. Well, with the giant, singular, I guess. There is no second giant in this group. I'll move that shrine over closer to my halfling since she has a way of healing it. But for starters, Chaos Rift it is. We're just going to come right out of the gates with this bad boy. Alright. You seem to have a glowing blue. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That I've never zoomed over there and actually looked at it before. That was a trip. Oops. I did not mean to click the end turn button, but I guess we're ending the turn. Okay, they're going to waste time killing Chaos Rift units. That's fine. I could charge in while they're distracted, but I think I'm just going to let this dish out some damage to them combined with Thunderstorm. Hopefully thin their lines a little bit. Alright, go ahead and get Thunderstorm up and running. Now you guys are really in for it. You keep working on that wall. I want an entry point. Let's maybe not accidentally end my turn this time. Now, there is still a possibility here, and of course, they can do this to me too, but they're less likely to succeed when doing this to me. They could try to stun me, but it's only 50% because the Storm Sisters have such high shock protection. So I actually have a better chance of stunning them at 42%. So I may as well try to get some of that if I can. So far, no good, but keep trying. Alright, it would be nice if one of them succeeded. And I don't really want the Storm Sisters moving up themselves or opposed. I think I'm going to use him to try to curse somebody. Oh, that flamer is just going to firebomb an area. Why don't you move over here and do something different? Curse. Well, the flamer is still the only person you can curse. So curse the flamer, I suppose. I'm going to start carefully advancing some units. Trying not to leave them too bunched up because they got all the area effect flame attacks. Park right there. I think this is okay for now. We'll see what they do. They're getting fried back there. Okay, they're gonna be aggressive. Okay, they stun my guys with no trouble. Please don't kill that man. I like him. And I really do not want to use spells here. I'm gonna try to stun a couple of those guys, hopefully stop them from being a nuisance. Alright, well, you, sir, have made a terrible mistake. Also, this guy has killing momentum, so there's really no reason for me not to completely obliterate you. There is the chance of getting stunned, so I'm going to go for the flank attack. Make sure I get you in 1 or 2 hits. There we go. Oh, he does not have killing momentum. That's right. He's one of them that evolved from a martyr. That's why he has absorbed pain. Okay. I could move her. I want to try to get this guy stunned. There we go. At least takes one guy out of the picture. That machine get stunned? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Yes, it did. Alright, I'm gonna move these nice ladies up forward and try to stun a couple of these guys. Which one's? Probably the one with... Yeah, okay, I got him. She will not be able to reach any of them from where she's at. I just had a planet fall moment for a second and thought, oh, I'll just break the trees so she can run through. That's not... You can't do that in this game. What she can do... Because this guy is gonna harass him just fine, okay? So what she can do is just keep him alive. And then you can just charge, as Orc Crusaders can do. Alright, Touched by Faith. Probably would not be bad to have Touched by Faith on somebody important, considering that'll make it harder for the enemy to stun them. Let's maybe give that to the Shock Trooper, since I would say he's most likely to be stunned. And he can run out here. And he still got stunned. Alright, whatever. You tried, I guess. Whatever. Did you War Cry just so you can get him in fewer hits? Dang it. Come on, man. You're almost dead. I would rather stun that flyer if I can. I can move into a better position to do it as well. Just want to make sure I take this guy out. Since they seem to be happy with coming out to fight me, I should probably kill it with... can't reach it with really anybody else. In fact, this knight doesn't have anything better to do but kill him. Everybody gets stunned, okay. We'll have the Crusader come do this. You get stunned. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is a-okay. Thank you. You did not get stunned. Congratulations. Okay, that opens a way up for the knight to get after the trebuchet. What I'm actually going to do is put the knight on defense and make the trebuchet have to move. That way the knight doesn't have a chance to get stunned on this turn until they move that treb. And maybe they'll do things in a weird order. Plus, they're going to have a lot of units get fried on the next turn, so I should be okay here. I don't think anyone is in danger. I don't think any of their units died, though. None of mine did either. Alright, go ahead and finish him off. Yeah, you can go after him. That's fine. It's less hits I have to get on him with other units. I would like you to kill this guy. And I've got plenty of units that could go after the treb, I think. Actually, there's only one that can reach it, but you should kill it. Alrighty. Probably should patch up that shrine with the halfling since she's got those repair tools. So let's do that. In here somewhere, repair machine, there we go. You can come up here now. Can you kill him? With a very high roll, even with a high roll, no. Okay. What if I cursed him? No, didn't make a difference. What if I shot him once? There we go. Knock, knock. Whoops, didn't mean to do that, but okay, he should be alright. And they're all dead. Okay, Dovah the King's capital is mine. Well, it's about to be mine. Why don't you move right up? Ooh, hang on, we got stuff coming. Well, let's out of an abundance of caution, leave myself with as many options as possible and just move the halfling up. Okay, their throne is now mine. Okay, I don't see a massive horde of dreadnought units, at least not yet. So we're gonna settle in here for now. And all these green units shouldn't matter in a moment. I am going... And he already used a bunch of his spells. He's only got one casting point left out of 105. So he's going into this with no spells, and I have 250 casting points. So I think I can make this work. Very likely defeat, but that's not what matters. Manual combat it is. Alright. A lot of crap heading this guy's way, so we need to make this quick. That, I believe, requires 3 action points. Is it worth casting? What is the battle lineup here? I'm wondering if there's a way I can nestle him in somewhere where he's relatively safe. He doesn't have lifesteal or anything. Wait, does he? He does. Yeah, because I got Embrace Darkness on that city. So he does have lifesteal. we're talking about a tier 4 unit. He might actually be able to handle everything here. I don't know. Maybe not. He's fairly lightly armored. Let's see what my odds are of disintegrate. Just like straight out of the gate, see what my odds of that succeeding would be. Because it does just do damage if it fails. It's a 50-50. I think we gotta go for it. How many times can I cast it? Well, hang on. I goofed up. Disintegrate. I can cast it plenty of times, so no sense being risky with casting Thunderstorm in an area where this guy can get swarmed real quick. Oh, doesn't matter. You're just dead. Oh, Disintegrate is wonderful. And Dovah the Keen, I believe, is out of the game, I think. Yep, there it is. Dovah the Keen has lost. So, that leaves just the Necromancer and the Dreadnought. Alright, and Armageddon has already begun charging. So we're going to have a really good time. Alright, so what can I do against those units? Now, these guys have movement left. I don't think I can reach anybody of any importance. Nope. Look at all these ships on the river just wandering about. So Ganon's army is going to run into a bit of an issue here because we've got Dreadnought units pouring in from all over the place now. They can handle them, but I'm going to need to move out of that city for a minute. You know what? I'm going to get them that lucky bonus, I think. Unless they already have it. I feel like they... No, they picked up regrowth from a different buff structure. We'll give them lucky on top of that. Just power them up for whatever their next battle turns out to be. Ganon's army can go down there pretty easily, kill those cannons. Probably should before they bunch up with something else. And then we need to kind of take stock here and see what else is coming my way. I'm going to leave... Now I'm going to take the Orc Exalted with me. I think I got his group stacked the way I more or less want it. I might leave I don't know, the Reanimator I had around so he could throw curses and Ganon could convert stuff, but that doesn't really matter much anymore, and I haven't really been honestly doing that much anyway. I don't have any other undead here. I think the Reanimator is going to get left out of Ganon's group, I think. What I'm probably going to do is add the other Shock Trooper to it. So what we'll do is do one of these guys. Okay, this Orc, I believe, is the one with Absorb Pain, though, if I remember correctly. Yes, he does have Absorb Pain. So I want him to stick around. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reorder these groups a bit. So the oh, they didn't need to do that. They can float and fly. They don't need to go around water or whatever. It's fine. I want Ganon's army down here, but minus the Reanimator. We're going to add that other Shock Trooper to it. And as for these guys, we're going to keep them stacked with the shrines, adding you to that group. And might leave a couple defenders here. Honestly, the defenders don't really matter. I think this guy might need to just go back and hang out with his undead friends over here. Or help defend the Naga dwelling. I don't really want him by himself, but it would be useful to have an extra Exalted here to keep this stack in a three stack formation. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think your usefulness here is practically nothing against those machines, so just gonna have him go somewhere where he can heal undead or something. Ganon's group is more just about raw firepower at this point, I think. So let's use some of that raw firepower, wipe these machines off the face of the planet. Let's go. Very likely victory. I'm gonna manual combat still because I might need to heal, especially if he cannon rushes somebody like that. Yeah, see, I still gotta micromanage these, which is annoying. I mean, I don't have to. The Exalted will come back, but I would prefer to. Alright, well, they pretty much just played their hand, so I think Ganon can go charging in, cause some trouble. Yeah, go on, buddy, have fun. You don't get enough time in the spotlight fighting. I want this thing to die before it can cause too much trouble. Alright, I gotta remember Divine Vengeance would be good against these, so I think I'm gonna use that. I just need to position it correctly, so that affects a pretty darn big area. That's a good spot to trigger the first one, I think. In fact, the Exalted seem to be entirely immune to this. The only thing that isn't are other Shrines of Smiting. So I have to be careful with how I use them. Oh, Ganon is not immune to this. 2, that would still leave him in Ganon's range, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the tank or cannon in the back, but that's okay. I'm going to send you up here. Just get you out of harm's way. And we'll settle for this spot. Oh crap, but that's going to get the other shrine. You know what? Just go here. We'll let the Exalteds deal with the rest. Alright, the screen can stop shaking at any time now. Thank you. Oh, he doesn't have killing momentum. Oh, crap. Alright, fine. Just gonna break you. You can go get some healing from Ganon later. It's actually probably better just let him die so he comes back, but I'll use it as an opportunity to give Ganon XP. Oh, he's gonna rebuild. Okay. Alright, Ganon also has Repair Machine too, so there's that. We'll heal with Ganon. I prefer to blow this up when it's not in my unit's face. I guess I was looking at the wrong one. I want to hit this guy with a boulder. There we go. That cannon would have already reloaded, so I don't really want it to shoot somebody else. I think we'll just end this here. Oh, I should have absorbed pain. That would have been free XP for the other guy, but it's all good. Okay. Little group there is dead. I think I would like Ganon's army to try to move up to that river point. So I should be able to do kind of like this. And this would at least let me cut off a choke point. And I could put this guy down here for a little extra insurance. And I'm just kind of praying that this builder doesn't run into anything that'll kill it up here. It might. And I don't know that there's a way I could stop it if it does. Okay, first Naga Matriarch is done. Do I have a Lord of the Deep out here somewhere? I think, oh, this is going to be a mess, but not Leaders and Heroes armies. Ah, gosh. Okay, I've got a couple Lords of the Deep off by themselves. I know one of them is... Yeah, that's the one that just killed Dovah, because he's got some movement gone. Where is this guy? Oh, he's still moving up. Okay. It's terrifying when you look at all my armies. Yeah, you continue on this way. I want him to meet up with those Naga as soon as he can. By themselves, maybe not as useful, so I'm gonna just keep building them until a Lord of the Deep can get them there, and then put together another army out of those units. You guys can sit on there, protect against any little incursions. Actually, wouldn't mind having... You know what? We'll send these guys down here. Wouldn't mind having somebody to escort them. And the Naga can go with them, just because maybe she'll pick up some experience along the way. Just make a little army there. That's not a bad little group for dealing with small nuisances. But I do want to leave just enough defenders here to fend off a few flyers if they try anything. Plus I know Farron has that city now, though hopefully he won't be alive for much longer anyway either. Fug has got the hospital next to his Master's Guild, so we're getting close to that that hospital. Should probably decide what I'm gonna do about this little mess here. It seems like he split up some of his units, because there was like 2 full stacks there, and now it's only 1 plus a Hellhound. Alright, well, let's see what these guys have going for them. I'm going to build the road a bit further, just to speed things along. They have moved back to their city, and I can't quite reach it on this turn. So I'm going to wait here, since I can't get it on this turn anyway. And, well, who's slowing me down, actually? It's just the spearmen. The rest of them have no problem getting there. Make sure I'm not walking into a trap here. That's a trap. That qualifies as a trap. Oh my gosh. Okay, true sight's important. Let's see, I can't actually get away either. You know what? I didn't use very many casting points in that last battle, so screw it. I'll use them here if I need to. It's just a lot of... That's a lot of units that have polearm. Which concerns me because I'm wait, do they have polearm? Melee, wetlands concealment, infantry, wall climbing, Naga. I thought they had like a spear. Oh no, those guys have swords, I guess. Which one? Oh, this is the one with polearm, I think. Yeah. There's only one of them, so maybe this isn't quite as scary. And the Glutton's not here. I know I saw him earlier. Oh, what the heck. We've got magic, let's use it. And a useless tiger to help out. Okay, what can we do to break some stuff? I've always got Disintegrate, always a good option. Holy War, also always a good option. Especially Devout units. That's pretty much all my units. They don't have any spirit resistances, do they? No? No, they don't. They do have Regrowth, which will be a little annoying. I'm probably going to get Holy War up and going. I haven't actually used that yet even, so... I don't know what that tiger is going to do, but... For now, you should probably just hold ground. You're not going to do hardly any damage. Now, Holy War. Alright. This'll be fun. Just make these guys absurdly powerful. Now their melee attacks do like 31 damage. Alright. Next up will come Smites, probably. This is active until the end of combat, I believe. Yep. They all have Slip Away, too, so that's gonna be these are gonna be annoying units to fight. I've got Lifesteal. That one can't hardly touch me. And I'm actually in a decent position here where I can only be attacked from a couple different angles. What's the odds of disintegrating that matriarch? I wonder. should have probably checked on the last turn, actually. But I don't think their defense is that high. Can I just get rid of her? Yep, goodbye. Alright, that should make the rest of this quite a bit easier. I would like to start working on him. Even if I can just debuff him, that'd make me happy. Nope. No dice there, but can at least make it irritating for him to get to. You know what? Let's go here. I don't think these guys have tireless, so that's one thing I do need to be mindful of. But I can at least kind of make it a pain for them to get to me. Tiger can guard the flank. Alright. Yeah, good job, Tiger. Way to do stuff. Oh, these guys, did they just one-shot that guy? Holy crap. They're dangerous people. Oh, here we go. One action point, but I can still do this. Get rid of the pikeman. And get rid of the other guy. Lifesteal on both. Alright. And then I think these guys should be able to do something similar here. Come in. War cry. Move here. Mess him up. No trouble at all. Alright. Those guys did a fine job. Now I expect the gluttons to come back and try to reclaim their city. That's fine. Bulk of their army is dead, so I now have another Naga dwelling, which I'm going to immediately start upgrading to produce matriarchs. Oh wait, I have to absorb it first. Right. Okay. Alright, you guys can all pile on. And we'll deal with that counterattack when it comes. I'm just hoping they can't make it. Okay, they can't quite make it down to where these units are, so that's good, I suppose. There's really no point in you hanging around up here. Although I guess there's even less point in him hanging around down there. I'll leave him as a general defender in the Naga city against random incursions. Actually, where's that spider den? I need to get some units together to go deal with that. That's over there by the dragon dwelling. Maybe that's where this group can go. It's just I feel like he's sort of slowing everybody else down. So, you know what? Why don't you just go back this way? We could use just numbers against the Necro, if nothing else. Temple's done. Working on barracks here. I want the Grand Palace first. And then we want the barracks and upgrading towards the beetle colony or whatever it is so that I can start building trolls. And yeah, just a lot of other notification to go through, but it's been about an hour, so I think that's gonna wrap this episode up here. I'm fairly happy with having taken out Dovah on this episode. Altogether, this one, this episode went a lot better than my last Planetfall one did. I'll say that. So when we come back next time, we'll take a look at Carson's situation up here. It looks like that poor cannon's gonna die, but if you guys have suggestions for what to do with oh wait, one more little thing I want to do before leaving. It's got to take my Super Cherub Scout here, and I think for now, let's just grab this tower real quick. See what I can find. So those armies kind of cleared out. There's that one Juggernaut there. I'm going to send him. I'm going to leave him on the mountains just to be as big of a pain as possible, but move him down towards that tower. He is kind of an important... He's in a very important position right now. So yeah, otherwise I think that is it, everybody. I do appreciate you watching. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Hopefully I'll be able to wrap this one up before too many more episodes. And yeah, it's just a matter of slogging my way through all these orange units. But regardless, like I said, hope you're having fun watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Adam James, Jim Bro, Tarsak, and Tibby and Army. Thanks so much, everybody.